Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name's John McDonald, and today we want to just do a few simple arrangements just for in the house. And for this design, I've got this really beautiful dish that I found in like a homeware shop, and it's really nice. And as soon as I saw them, there was actually a little set. So there was like a little set with feet that I really liked, and I thought I'm having that because it's nice when you've got containers that become like old friends. Does that make sense? Well, anyway, this is the container we're going to use, and it's actually got a few stripy lines on it. And our mechanic for today is going to be a pinholder or a kenzan. So this is a Japanese one with the brass or copper pins. And this is really good because it'll last you for years. And the first thing I want to do is just put some water into our dish. And you just want enough really just to come to the top of the pins so that any material that you put in the dish is literally within the water. As long as the flowers and the materials on the pins, it's going to be in water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these. So I saw these in a wholesaler's when I was on a floral trip, and everyone was going mad going, oh, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. And I thought, well, I'm going to buy these because I will use them. And they've been in my toolbox in my case for so long, and I've never really used them. But I just think they're absolutely beautiful. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? And it's thin enough, and this pinholder is big enough that we can actually wedge that down onto our pins. So I just thought these were really interesting, and we can even put one in under the water, would be quite interesting. So this design, kind of inspired by the dish, but also inspired really by just some materials that I've got in the garden. So I've got a little bit of iris, I've got these lovely little muscari, and I've got some sage. So what I want to do first is just put in a little bit of foliage. So I'm just going to take off any really bad leaves or any leaves that will sit down into the water because we really don't need that. And I was quite amazed how well these came through the winter. I thought that the sage would maybe get affected by the frost and just die off, but it's actually been fine. What's lovely about using it as a material is that you get the smell, which is brilliant. Now, I love the iris. The iris just gives you such a strong presence, and it's quite architectural. And this is going to give us a little bit of height into our design. So we're really going to have this as a front-facing design, but I just want to put a little bit of this more to the back so that we get our eye taken through, and it gives it a feeling of depth. So what I'm doing is I'm just using my knife as well, just to help push those down onto the actual pins. Now, our little muscari, I absolutely love these. And I think probably the best way to use them in this is just to bring them into like a little bunch. Now, we could tie that off, but we're going to see if we can just bring it in as they are. Yep, that works. When I was little, I grew up on a farm, and out the front of the farm was a beautiful garden with big flagstones, and all through the flagstones was little muscari, and my mum hated them because they came up everywhere and they just kept coming up and self-seeding and growing everywhere, and she really did not like them. So she spent her whole life trying to get rid of them, and I bet they're still there now. So they look delicate and cute, but actually they're they've got a bit of strength to them as well, which is really good. So as you can see, we're building that up. So we've got the height and we've got contrast. We're also seeing the shape of the shells as well. We're going to need to put something into this space here. And what we can do with that is just another little bit of leaf, but also a couple of stones. And we can even put a stone further to the back here as well. So essentially what we're doing is we're making like a little composition of flowers. And to be honest, I quite like it just at this. If you wanted, you could add some elements of twigs or a contrasting material. So we could even add like a little bit of this. Actually, this is really nice. Let's do it. But I really want to just keep this very delicate, not heavy, not in any way heavy with flower. Let's just have it so that it's beautiful by its simplicity, actually, is probably the best way to describe it. So there we go, we've got a simple arrangement just using a few flowers from the garden. The brilliant mechanic of the pin holder you're going to be able to reuse again and again and again. And if you buy a good one, they are a little bit expensive, but it's really worth that investment. So as you can see, you can use your favourite ceramic, a pin holder and just a few flowers from the garden and make something that's interesting and creative that you can enjoy at home. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, click here to subscribe. We try and create a new video at least once a week, so please join us again in the future for our future designs to come. So we really look forward to seeing you. So stay safe everyone, and bye for now.